Nearly 2 decades ago, Jasmine Crockett lost an election to become the district attorney in Texarkana. It was a minor setback for what has become a quickly rising political career. In the past 5 years, she won an election to the state house, was elected twice to the U.S. House, and now is trying to become the state's first black U.S. senator. Comments she made against Republicans like Governor Greg Abbott and Marjorie Taylor Greene have brought her praise and also harsh criticisms. But she feels staying true to her authentic self will not only win her the primary, but also will help her beat any Republican candidate in the general election. Capitol correspondent Dylan McKim caught up with Crockett on the campaign trail in Fort Worth.
The congregation at Pilgrim Valley Missionary Baptist Church has grown throughout the years since its establishment in 1908. But on this Sunday, the pews were even more crowded because of a special guest. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, just 3 weeks into her campaign, is taking the time to meet with voters in Fort Worth at churches and at local restaurants like Nana's Kitchen, a gathering place for the community.
When I touch grass and when I see people, I feel it, and it comports with what we were seeing and kind of our way of trying to test to see if my candidacy would get some of those people that normally don't participate to get involved.
Crockett sat down with us to talk about her road to this campaign, a journey that began in East Texas when she was a public defender for Bowie County, defending a 17-year-old client. He was charged with a felony for stealing candy from his high school cafeteria. She says her client was eventually put in prison for 2 years after he missed a meeting with his probation officer. Crockett later defended the same client in a meth case.
I was like, where did you get this from? And he learned how to cook meth in prison. That is where he learned. And so I was just like, how did this help our community?
Inspired to create change in the criminal justice system, Crockett campaigned to be district attorney in Texarkana and lost. But she says the loss laid the groundwork for where she is now. Crockett waited until the last day of the filing deadline to announce her campaign for U.S. Senate. She said she ultimately made up her mind after the U.S. Supreme Court upheld Texas's new congressional map for the 2026 election.
There's only one body that actually has oversight over the Supreme Court or the judiciary at all, the federal judiciary, and that is the Senate.
Crockett is throwing away what would likely be an easy re-election in her current U.S. House seat. But she feels she can enact the most change if she can win a Senate seat. She wants to rein in tariffs, fortify the Voting Rights Act, increase health care access, and raise the minimum wage.
The things that can potentially save their lives. We can't get it done without changing the map in the Senate.
To win this seat as a Democrat, she will need to expand the electorate. Early polling shows she has an 8-point lead in the Democratic primary, performing extremely well among black voters, but not so well with Latino and white men.
James Tallarico.
Her opponent, James Tallarico, recently received an endorsement from popular Tejano musician Bobby Pulido, who is also running for Congress in South Texas. But an even bigger obstacle for her may be the criticism she faces for moments that made her go viral, like the comments she made about Marjorie Taylor Greene during a House Oversight Committee after Greene first mocked her appearance.
Somebody's bleach blonde, bad-built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
Crockett said she will continue to be her authentic self throughout the campaign, something she sees as a political superpower and possibly the answer to win an election in Texas, coming off not as a polished politician, but a real person.
I don't feel like I need to pretend to be perfect. I don't feel like I need to pretend to be anybody else.
But she does admit those moments overshadow her policy work, something she's trying to change in her campaign in the lead up to March.
What we are definitely going to try to do is we are going to try to introduce people to the substance. We're going to try to get to that so that people know that yes, I'm spicy, but at the end of the day, this is about getting the work done, and I can do that.
In Fort Worth, I'm Dylan McKim.
You can watch the full interview between Dylan and Congresswoman Crockett on our website. Just look for this story on KXAN.com.